PC.
If I get a canine here to sniff the car and he alerts, would you let me search the car freely?
Why do you need to do a free air sniff? I mean, it's pointless.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Why not just write me my ticket and allow me to be on my way?
I'm going to further investigate this, okay? I do have an odor of marijuana. Okay, that's just, from my training experience, that's what I'm smelling. I've smelled marijuana before. It smells just like this, okay? So I'm going to ask you to step out so we can get the search, and then we'll go from there, okay? That's fine. I'm not asking for consent. I have probable cause at this point.
I don't believe you do, sir.
Okay, well, I do. So I'm going to ask you to step out of the car.
Okay, which way would you like me to exit this vehicle?
So just step out and just come out here and stand in front of the hood for me, okay?
Okay, would you like me to turn the vehicle off?
That is up to you. If you're concerned about fuel or anything like that, that's your call. You want to go around that side. You have no weapons, anything else on you like that?
No, sir. Just the handgun in the front seat. That's it.
Okay. So you consent me patting you down?
No, I do not.
Okay. I'm gonna have you just stand up in front of the vehicle while I search it, okay? Or I can have you sit in the back of one of our patrol cars. It's up to you.
I do not give consent to any searches. He can't come up to the car and just automatically say he smells weed.
I'm guessing you're not an attorney.
An attorney? I'm guessing you're not an attorney either, sir. How many years of law school do you have, sir?
Actually, I'm in law school right now.
Well, congratulations. I always find it funny when I hear an officer say that, because officers aren't lawyers either, but yet they want to.
I'm literally in that street.
I understand. I applaud you for that. That's great. It's awesome. Your name and badge number, sir?
Nope.
Why not? Can I get your name and badge number, sir?
Nope.
Why not? Can I get your name and badge number, sir?
Nope.
Why not?
I feel like it.
Isn't it your policy to identify yourself when asked from a member of the public?
Nope.
It is not? So how do I'd like to make a complaint against you. Now I need your name and badge number, please. Can I get your name and badge number, sir? Thank you, sir. Appreciate you being cordial. It's not this guy who's going to school to be a lawyer, but yet still doesn't even understand what his policy is to be a state trooper. Policy don't mean shit, huh?
What?
It's Cocoa Choir.
What was that?
It's Cocoa Choir. And why do you think that is part of the uniform?
Why don't you tell me?
Well, I would assume it's because you're supposed to identify yourself.
Thanks for sharing your assumption.
And I would assume that you're supposed to do it verbally when asked, because not everybody can read.
Thanks for sharing your assumptions.
You're welcome. Thanks for wasting my time out here. I really appreciate it.
It smells like weed, my man. A lot.
Well, you definitely come up with a whole bunch so far, haven't you?
I didn't say there was weed in the car. You already told you the reason, dude.
You told me the reason, yes.
Here's the one.
It's a bullshit reason. I mean, since you're a lawyer, you're in school. You would know that the Supreme Court's already ruled that the smell of marijuana is not cause for searching a vehicle. It's already been ruled through the Supreme Court.
Dang it, you're on to us.
Yet you see a vehicle that's rented from out of state.
Of course, that's why it's-
That's the only remnant of marijuana that I found.
I can't even see what's in your hand.
I don't want to touch it with that hand. It looks like a joint. It smells like marijuana, but
Okay.
like I said, that's all I've got in the vehicle. It was pretty much out of your way. Have you used marijuana recently at all?
Nope.
Not even in the past day?
Nope.
Can you lift up your glasses just so I can look at your eyes? Just for... Perfect. Thank you. Go and have a seat in the vehicle. I'm just going to work on a citation, then I'll get you out of here, okay?
Okay.
Any questions or anything about the search, besides from the ones you've already grabbed?
No, other than I don't think it was lawful.
Okay, well, like I said, at this point, that's your opinion, but
I understand. And I would like his name and badge number, please, on a business card
Okay,
when
sure.
you do
Have a
leave.
nice day.
I don't have his business card.
I don't.
Well, I
What?
can tell you, it's Moore, is his last name, 497.
More 497. Why doesn't he want to be cordial?
I don't
mean,
know. I'm not
I have no issues with you, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, seriously, we've been fine, but I don't understand what's with his attitude.
I don't know.
I mean, that's a bunch
Yeah.
of bullshit. There's a real big disconnect between police officers
you.
and citizens, and he's the reason why.
Okay, so I'm not him, like I said.
I understand, and I'm not giving you attitude.
Oh,
I
no.
gave him attitude because
I got
he
you.
didn't feel like identifying.
Yeah, so but yeah, that's just him. That's who he is.
Okay.
Like, you have that on file now, whatever you want to do. So here's the thing, I do suspect this to be marijuana, okay? I am just gonna get rid of it, okay?
Stomp it on the ground. Do what you want.
It would be a citation for possessing marijuana, but just a small joint like that, and you have the rolling paper. So that's what I'm suspecting it of, but I'm not gonna take any further action.
I appreciate that.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
So, like I said, man,
How about this? So, I don't want this to just to be clear, it's not a part of our policy here to give that to you, but I will give it to you if you'll get back in the car. How does that sound?
No, I'm gonna get back in the
I
car.
got it. It's good, Mark.
Okay, so
No,
we'll here then?
we have no attitude here. We're good.
Okay, you're good.
I have an attitude only because you didn't want to identify.
Okay.
And that's it. Like I was telling him, there's a real big disconnect between police department and citizens today. You guys are not in a very good position being out here. Citizens don't really care for you guys a lot. I mean, you know, and it'd just be nice to be cordial. I asked nicely what your name and badge number was. You told me no thanks. That you gave me attitude, so then I gave you attitude back, and that's all it was.
You haven't?
I give what I get.
You're good here, Mark. Yeah, I'm good. You're good. Take off. But anyways,
Don't really care for you guys a lot. I mean, you know, and don't really care for you guys a lot. I mean, since don't really care for you guys a lot. I mean, attitude, so then I gave you attitude back, and that's all it was.
You haven't?
I give what I get.
you're good here, Mark. Yeah, I'm good. You're good. Take off. But anyways, get cooled off.
Can I turn the vehicle back on when I get in?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with it, but just don't leave. That's,
obviously.
So I have your ID, so.
Obviously.
So it's just going to be a citation for the speed.
Okay.
On your way.
If you can cut me any break for being sitting out here in the sun, hassling.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I would appreciate it. I know that's your discretion, but.
Okay. Yeah, just go have a seat. I'll be right back up with you, okay?
Thank you. Thank you, sir. And then has your body cam been rolling this entire time?
What was that?
Has your body cam been on this entire time?
Yeah, it has since my lights came on.
Okay, and could you also, is there an incident number on that as well?
Yeah,
so I can request that body cam?
So your numbers are up here.
Okay, that'll be
this
everything?
will all be connected to the case file, essentially, when I get it uploaded.
And do you know if your partner was wearing a body cam?
He is wearing it. I'm sure when we come, we usually click it on. Like I said, I didn't check to see on his, though.
Okay.
But, more than likely, I'd say yes, but not 100% sure.
Okay, I'll request it.
And I'll put his on there as well for you.
Awesome, thank you, sir.
So, Isaacson, 651, and then Moore, 497 there. Does that work for you?
Yes,
you
sir.
Read that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions on that? So
No.
it's 5 to 14 days. So it takes 5 days for it to get in the system. They just ask you don't let it go longer than 14 days before you at least contact the court.
Okay.
Take care of it, okay?
Yeah, not an issue.
Any other questions or anything, sir?
Nope, we're good.
Well, I appreciate you cooperating there at the end of the day.
Well, I mean, I don't really have a
understand.
choice. I
Well-
mean, if I'm going to be detained and forced to do something, I'm not going to argue and
So,
fight, but
I got you.
but Supreme Court has ruled that the smell of marijuana is not probable cause to search a vehicle, and that is court case. That's case law.
Okay, well, I'm not aware of that case law, but
Please
from
look.
our training and everything
I
we're
under-
trained to do is the exact opposite.
My
so.
best friend's a sheriff in California. I know what your training is. I know what you guys go through. I know what your policies are. I know what your procedures are. But at the same time, it is case law.
Okay. well,
Okay,
that's-
so even if you were to find something going through court, this search still could have been thrown out because only having the smell of marijuana is not probable cause
well,
to search a
I've
vehicle.
never seen anything thrown out from that. But,
I encourage you to please look it up.
Do you know the case by name or anything?
I don't know the case law. I'm sure it's
Okay.
a simple YouTube search.
Okay, well,
But
I'll see if I can find. But like I said, the way we're trained in all Supreme Court I've ever seen says, without a medical card in a state where marijuana is illegal, an odor gives probable cause that there's marijuana in the vehicle. Does that I'm just trying to tell you from our point of
No.
view in training and the way we think is.
no, I
Does that make
understand. Well, I
sense?
understand, but also the way that you guys think is everybody's a criminal.
I don't think anyone. I usually don't make that assumption, man.
I'm not saying you personally.
I know.
I'm collectively putting you
I
in
understand
a
that.
whole group
So-
of officers.
And I
Like,
get you're out of state. But
dude, I've watched a million videos online of this same scenario happening, and it seems to be targeted with rental cars and out of state, and it almost seems like regardless of what the situation is, an officer comes to the window and 99% of the time automatically without any hesitation says they smell marijuana.
Okay. Well, I'll
it's I mean
gotcha.
I understand your training, but with you being able to say with your discretion that you smell marijuana, that gives you the opportunity to search any vehicle that you want. And that's not right. There has to be more probable cause than just I think I smell something. That's not enough, and that's what the Supreme Court has ruled on. There are plenty of flowers, there are plenty of other substances that have that smell, and it's not warrant to give up your Fifth Amendment right or your Fourth Amendment right of searches and seizures off of a smell.
Okay. Well.
So I mean, I would.
I
Sorry,
got you.
I'm not
No,
trying to
you're
reach
good.
for it
You wanna
again.
I'll let you keep going. I was just going to say, so every time I've searched a car off this, I've either found remnants of marijuana, paraphernalia, or marijuana.
Sure. Well,
So,
I'm not saying
and
that
back
it's
to the
not.
rental thing. We do. That's true. And like looking for large loads, you look for rental cars. I didn't even know this was a rental car. I'll tell you the truth. I'm running speed.
Well, I mean,
you were
obviously,
going fast.
If I was carrying freaking 5 bales of marijuana in the back seat, I wouldn't be doing 100 mile an hour for one.
Well,
but I guess
would
some
hope
people are
not.
stupid.
I think. You'd be surprised. We have gotten a lot of stuff off
I-
speed. So.
I understand, but
Well, I will look into what you said. Like I said, all my training, law I've been told is that's the.
I mean, there's a lot of training that you guys do that a lot of training that you guys are given that goes against our constitutional rights.
Okay.
There really is. I mean, ID laws are one of them that are very misused by police
say
officers.
ID laws?
Absolutely. I mean,
Okay.
3802, right?
IDing people is.
IDing people. You cannot ID somebody unless they've already broken the law, unless it's consensual. You cannot demand
Yeah,
identification.
you need reasonable suspicion to ID anybody.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
but I see officers on a daily basis demanding ID and issues where they're not allowed to, trying to drum stuff up.
Well, I'll just say I stand by
So-
100% the way.
But that's your training. Your
Yeah,
training
I
is
gotcha.
to identify everybody you come in contact with, but yet that's still not in competence with the law or the Constitution. So just because you're trained to do something a certain way doesn't necessarily mean that it's
Okay.
justifiable. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I mean, I don't know how well you are versed in the Constitution and constitutional law. Your partner says he's trying to be a lawyer, which is great, but Constitution guarantees us a lot of rights, and even with your badge and your gun acting under the color of law, you still don't have that
I
right
understand.
to violate, which is great. But Constitution guarantees us a lot of rights, and even with your badge and your gun acting under the color of law, you still don't have that
I
right
understand.
to violate.
I wholeheartedly agree, and that's so part of our mission statement is protecting people's constitutional rights. Okay.
Absolutely. Well, that's the first.
It's in our mission statement. It's
That's what you swore to do.
Number one, yeah, that's why I sworn in. I appreciate your perspective, like I said, from training, that's just the way. That's the legal way to do it. Okay, so I understand from your point of view.
Legal
and I
for
appreciate your
you.
perspective.
I do not believe it's still legal.
Okay.
And I will check into it, and if I find out it was illegal, unfortunately, I will file complaints against you.
That's your right, but
And it has nothing to do with your demeanor. You've been very cordial, and I
understand
appreciate that, and all that stuff. I mean, you cut me a break. I appreciate that. But
I understand. Like I said,
But still, I mean,
can file.
you hold us accountable to follow all laws and rules, and I think the people should hold police officers accountable
Absolutely.
for them following rules.
I 100% agree.
And your policy that you signed that you're supposed to abide by as well, even though that's not a law, like
I gotcha.
your partner who wouldn't identify.
I understand. So, okay, just
Thank
keep,
you.
try and get there a little bit safe. Traffic's going to pick up as the holiday continues, so I just don't, like I said, that's what we're out here. Just want any
Well,
accidents,
I think you
so.
put more people in danger trying to catch me than I did
Okay.
passing. I mean, honestly, how fast
Gotcha.
were you going to catch me?
130 miles an hour, but
honestly, how fast
Gotcha.
were you going to catch me?
130 miles an hour, but